Good day. Thank you for joining us for today's news. If you find this helpful, please consider subscribing. We're here every day with calm, clear updates just for you.
The recent investigation into Shi Yongxin, the former abbot of Shalom Monastery, has sent shockwaves through the Buddhist monastery. Alleged criminal activities and serious violations of Buddhist precepts have raised serious concerns about the integrity of the Buddhist tradition. In response, the Chinese Buddhist Association has rechained shockwaves of Guxi. The association emphasizes that discipline and moral conduct are not only personal responsibility but also collective duties for all Buddhist followers. This incident serves as a wake-up call, highlighting the need for stronger governance and oversight for stronger community. The association has pledged to contagions, ensuring that the teachings of the Buddha are upheld. The investigation into Shi Yongxin is a reminder that the path of spiritual practice is not only about personal enlightenment, but also about maintaining the ethical and moral standards that define the Buddhist tradition.
Former U.S. President Donald Trump has called for the immediate resignation of Intel's CEO, accusing them of severe conflicts of interest. This bold move has sparked widespread discussion in both political and business circles. Trump's comments come at a time when the Sencom Doshan, Intel, a major player in the semiconductor market, has long been a target of criticism from various political figures. Analysts suggest Trump's remarks could affect investor confidence if the allegations are not supported by evidence. However, others believe these statements may be more of a talk. Intel has yet to respond formally, but industry insiders expect the company to address the situation soon. The CEO has consistently emphasized their commitment.
In a recent meeting at the Kremlin, Russian President Vladimir Putin hinted at a potential future meeting with former U.S. President Donald Trump, possibly taking place in the United Arab Emirates. While no official confirmation was made, the remarks have sparked interest among analysts who see it as a possible move to ease tensions or explore new diplomatic channels. The UAE, known for maintaining a delicate balance in its international relations, may be signaling a broader shift in global diplomacy. The potential meeting
The clock is ticking on a final ultimatum from the U.S. to Russia. With the deadline approaching, the world is watching to see if the White House will take real action. Experts suggest that if talks fail, the U.S. may impose new tariffs on Russian goods, target countries that buy Russian energy, or sanction specific. The outcome of these talks could shape the future of U.S.-Russia relations and have far-reaching global implications. Whether diplomacy will prevail or the U.S. will follow through on its threats remains to be seen.
The potential meeting between U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin has sparked global interest, with the U.S. approaching a deadline for Russia to demonstrate a willingness to navigate the gay landscape and influence the future of the Ukraine. The gays, Kompov Pump, the NQ, the future of the UPEG, and Torishu Pasu. The outcome of the meeting could reshape the geopolitical landscape and influence the future of the war.
In a tragic incident, a 55-year-old construction worker was shot dead with an airgun while using the toilet in a field near a construction site in Nanchang, Jiangxi Province. The worker, identified as Yu, was found by police approximately 800 meters away from the site, having been shot in the head. The police report revealed that two suspects, Kui Num and Lo Wao, were hunting with an airgun in the area when they mistook Yu for a target and fired the weapon. The case is now under investigation, with both suspects in custody. Yu's family, who rely on him as their primary breadwinner, are struggling. The incident has sparked concerns over worker safety and calls for stricter regulations on hunting near construction sites. The community awaits the final outcome of the case, hoping for justice for the victim and his family.
This is a story about debtors. They once fell into the whirlpool of debt, but eventually, through hard work, negotiation, and self-salvation, they started a new life. No matter how big the difficulties are, as long as we don't give up, there will always be hope.
A tragic incident has shaken Zhejiang University as a young professor fell to his death, leaving colleagues and students in deep sorrow. Dr. Du was a rising star in his field, Known for his dedication to research and his close relations with students, colleagues describe him as a prompte. His sudden death has left the academic community reeling, and an investigation is underway to determine the circumstances. The tragedy has also sparked discussions about the pressures faced by young researchers, though the full story remains unclear for now.
This article discusses the case of Ron Shaping, who has been falsely claiming the title of academician of the Chinese Academy of Sciences. He has appeared at various institutions, including schools and hospitals in Guangdong province. The article reveals that Ruan's claims are entirely fabricated and relevant all the importance of verifying the matter.
In a major development, South Korea's Special Inspection Team has asked the court to detain Kim Jong-il, the wife of former President Yoon Suk-yeol, over allegations of stock manipulation and election injuries, 下楼去废审. The case has sparked renewed debate over legal accountability and transparency in South Korea, with the outcome likely to shake the nation's political landscape moving forward.
Have you ever wondered why a shop's surveillance camera keeps turning toward a distant port? It might not be a coincidence. The National Security Agency has revealed new espionage tactics used by foreign spies, including the use of weak passwords. In one case, a shop owner noticed his camera always aimed toward the port, prompting a call to the national. The investigation found that the camera had been hacked due to its default password. Another incident involved a phishing email disguised as a regular message, which led to the leakage of sensitive insight. These examples show how easily cyber threats can infiltrate our lives. Donate passwords regularly and avoid clicking on suspense. It also recommends using strong passwords, enabling two-factor authentication, and reporting any suspicious activity immediately. Cybersecurity is not just a technical issue, it's a matter of national security. Everyone has a role to play in protecting our digital world.
Yet of Beauty, a popular U.S. makeup brand, is facing a sharp decline in profits due to Trump's tariffs on Chinese imports. The company's reliance on Chinese materials has led to steep increases in tariffs, pushing up costs and squeezing profit margins, the brand's CEO aide. As a result, ELF has had to raise product prices and is struggling with weak consumer spending. The impact isn't just on this one company. Over 323 global firms have been unabated, with estimated 5
Donald Trump has made a bold move, announcing potential 100% tariffs on imported chips and semiconductors. This would be a major shift in U.S. trade policy, aimed at protecting domestic manufacturing. Trump argues that such tariffs would help American companies compete globally and create jobs at home. However, experts warn that these high tariffs could lead to higher costs for consumers and businesses, potentially worsening the ongoing global semiconductor shortage. The move has sparked a heated debate at the future of the tech industry. As the world watches, the U.S. is taking a more assertive stance in trade, with the semiconductor sector at the heart of this new chapter.
Donald Trump is reportedly planning to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky as early as next week, according to sources. The meetings, which would be exclusive to the three leaders, mark a sovereignty-informed Eurofascist has expressed a desire to meet with him. However, the location and timing of the meetings remain uncertain. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said Trump is expected to decide on potential secondary sanctions against Russia within the next 24 to 36 hours. This comes as U.S. Special Anti-Upholding. As the situation unfolds, the world will be watching closely to see how these high-level meetings impact global diplomacy.
A devastating forest fire in France's Aude province has claimed 1 life and injured 13 people, with 2 civilians and 11 firefighters among the victims. The blaze, now covering over 16,000 hectares, has spread across 15 municipalities, and their fates remain unknown. In response, local authorities have established temporary shelters in 17 towns and deployed emergency psychological support teams to help those affected. The fire has been labeled the worst in the region in 20 years, raising urgent questions as the situation unfolds.
That's all for today's news. We appreciate your time. If you enjoyed this update, please consider subscribing. Your support helps us keep going.